It's too freaky. That'll give people an epileptic seizure. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. I don't know what that is. That's not good. That's something. No, that's creepy. No, no. I guess that's the only good one. Oh, wait, there's more. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Ho, 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 ho now. Ah, that's too intense. Ah, that's creepy as fuck. Isn't that the one I was using? I think it is. The thermal literally has a dude with a winter hat on, or maybe that's their hair. It's white. Lenses, makeup, all. All right, that's all of them. All right, we going with that one then. Okay. I just wanted to see all the effects before I started. So, I knew you were listening to me, don't worry. Follow me into the desert as dusty as you are. Crack a smile and catch your mouth and drown in alcohol. Down below, the truth is lying beneath the riverbed. Quench yourself and drink the water that flows below her head. Oh no. There she goes out in the sunshine. Sun is mine. Sun is mine. I shot my love today. Would you cry for me? I lost my head again. Would you lie for me? Follow me into the desert as dusty as you are. Crack a smile and cut your mouth and drown in alcohol. Down below, the truth is lying beneath the riverbed. Quench yourself and drink the water that flows below her head. Oh no. There she goes out in the sunshine. Sun is mine. Sun is mine. I shot my love today. Would you cry for me? I lost my head again. Would you lie for me? Okay, let us bloody begin now. As soon as I find the beginning. Almost there. Okay. On many court cases since the Reich and Donny have actually no standing, no actual case. They just want things their way. We see this in almost every court case that the Reich puts forth. Here is another example. The latest. There it is. Another Truth Social style court filing by the Justice Department, or the Reich, if you will. Arguing for Trump ballroom. I didn't know Donny was so into balls. Did you? Seems very high priority. Could it be about something else? Could it be integral to the Reich's plan of subjugating you, enslaving you, or murdering you, whichever category you fall in, for them? Hitler made the same decisions. When you came to the camp, they looked you over. Can we get a month's work out of this one as we starve them? He's young enough. Oh, he's 70? Gas chamber, the showers. A woman? We have enough women. The showers. A child? We don't need children. The showers. This Reich will make the same decisions about you. They have already. Arguing for Trump's ballroom, feds claim plaintiffs have. And I hate you. Trump derangement syndrome. This is how far gone you have been since before 2015, when Donny came up with this phrase. Adolf would be proud. It is a complete inversion. Everyone who looks at the Reich and Donny and his minions, his pedophile minions, is repulsed. They are not deranged at all. The goddamn pedophiles are. And the ones who co-sign them, with their name vote, with their mouth, preaching their gospel, when they're preaching nothing but bloody Satan. They say ballroom needs state-of-the-art hospital and medical facilities, top-secret military installations and bomb shelters. Gee, I wonder why they need all that. Perhaps Donny plans on letting someone attack us and riding it out in the bunker. Or in combination with your enslavement and subjugation. Once he reveals this is a Reich, you should have known since 2015, but whatever. Once they reveal, well, he'll be living there. That's why he needs all these things. And who knows what the populace will do. Therefore, you do need that armored shell. Who knows if Donny's going to let Vlad or someone else attack us? What do you think he's fucking here for? The downfall of America. It isn't accidental. It's the plan. You know, for the Russian goddamn asset you voted for. Cunts. 'Cause you valued not your country in the bloody slightest. Or your future, or freedom, or your children, or yourself, or fucking anything. Hence why we are here. So the arguments they make in court, son, TDS. By that fact alone, you should know you're goddamn doomed. That's an argument these psychopaths, these sociopaths make in court with a straight face. That should horrify you. Because eventually that's going to become the law, son. You know where this is going, right? Any critique of the Riker, Donnie, is off with your fucking head. That's where it's going. The same place it went in Germany. The same place it is in China, in Russia, in North Korea, in El Salvador. "144 House Democrats just voted with the Republicans to hand ICE and DHS sweeping new surveillance powers over American citizens." I'm not reading all this. It's a long thing. It explains the new powers of your enslavement that the Democrats joined the Republicans and voted for. What did Donnie promise them? Dumb cunts falling for promises of the future. There is no goddamn future. Donnie will make sure of it. Any promises he made your caucus? Goddamn worthless. Any promises he made you, BB? Goddamn worthless. Any promises he made you, Vlad? Worthless. Gonna turn on you all, son. It's the goddamn Antichrist. So, the title of this video, we're on our own. We had the liberals with us as the stumbling block. Now they are going along. Liberals don't vote for bills like this. That tells me something happened in the background. Promises were made by the Reich, which are goddamn worthless. Always. What did I tell you about Hitler, the wolf, Donnie? Just let my foot in the door. I'll tell you anything. Just let my foot in the door. Then it's over. From that moment forth. Over. You let him in the door. You let him back in. You knew what he was. A pedophile. A traitor to your nation who staged a coup on live fucking television. They sat back, ate hot wings. Patel, cross-eyed fuckface, drank beers while withholding help, him and Chris Miller, for those cops and people getting beat. And the end result is everyone goes free except for the rubes at the bottom. They get a pardon on the back end, and now they get rewarded with money. That's the end result. And a few million of your dollars went to Babbitt's family, the traitor who tried to kill senators and congressmen, who got to that last door where the men with guns were, who weren't going to wait for help. That's not their job. Their job is if you get too close to a congressman or senator in a riot-type situation like that, you get fucking killed. That's their job. They went a little too far with Donnie's little plan. They thought he would protect them or something. I don't know. They were fucking wrong. You saw all that. You gave him the keys back. I just told you, I'm the wolf. Just let my foot in the door. I'll tell you anything. I'll make any promise. I'll shake any hand. I'm already planning to fuck you over before I do it. That's Adolf Hitler. That's the devil. That's Donnie. And they will keep at it. Until your dumb ass hands him the keys again. Too late now. It's over. Let's read this comment about what I just read. Tonight, by Max Burns, whoever that is. Tonight, after a year of screaming about holding ICE accountable, right? I'm glad I read this and I saw this again. I'm glad I didn't skip over this. This needs to be said. 144 Dems joined 203 Republicans to pass SORCA. That's C-O-R-C-A is the acronym. I don't know what the fuck it stands for. Your enslavement, that's what it stands for, son. That's all you need to know. Or I need to know. A bill that grants DHS and ICE sweeping new powers to collect American citizens' personal info under the guise of combating retail theft. Yeah, for the children's, retail theft, for stolen cars, when a drone gets deployed from the police department in Michigan. Remember, I showed you? not for your enslavement. They swear. They swear. And you can trust Greasy Pete, right? Right? Right. The same thing I've been saying, this man is saying. Once you vote for surveillance of my fucking car, you cunts who I've defended for years, because you were on the right side of it, you were voting the right way. For the most part. You were a wall in front of the Reich, and you did good the first term. You did good with Biden. Now you vote in surveillance of my fucking car. You vote in digital ID across the world, liberals. That tells me checks were sent out. These are not things liberals vote for, unless it's for the little children's. And every one of you are adults, and you know goddamn well none of this has to do with children. You screamed about Project 2025 before the election as if you gave a fuck. You screamed about how dangerous Donnie was. You people are too stupid to realize you'll be rounded up with these very tools. That's what they're for, to round you up first. Idiots. You're the last thing in the way because you still vote against them sometimes. You vote for surveillance in my car. You vote for I get one online presence, and once you cancel me, I can just go off in a corner and die, I guess. Because I won't be able to access money, anything, once someone presses that button on me, or you, or anyone. I've defended you for years. I've watched you vote the right way for years. I've listened to your arguments. I've defended your arguments. I've defended you against the lies the right-wing machine tells about you every day. You fucking cunts. All of your stands that you take daily now and on the news channels and on social media and in the halls of Congress, goddamn worthless after you voted for surveillance on my car and digital ID. Now you voting for ICE. Those masked cunts are going to grab your asses one night, son. I knew this 10 years ago. Your liberal asses, those men in masks, will grab you all one night while we all sleeping. Might grab me too because I talk shit. You guaranteed, though. That's Adolf 101, you fucking idiots. So just like this man is saying, you people screamed about ICE, how horrible they are. You shot people in the face. I've seen many of you yell that in hearings. Then you vote for the cunts. Because you got promised something by the wolf, who's going to eat your fucking face at some point. With the very tools you provide him. The masked cunts that you've given new powers to that will be used directly against you. You think because you're wearing the robe of a congressman, Romans, you think you're safe? Were they safe from Hitler, the people in government high? Fuck no, no one was, son. He went after Jerome Powell. You people are ants compared to him. Everyone in the Senate and Congress, ants compared to Jerome Powell. The clout and power that man has. And you think he ain't gonna come grab you? You vote for the very tools that will round you up later. I already know your future, little children. I don't care how many degrees you have, how many terms in Congress or the Senate. You know nothing about this, what I'm talking about. None of you saw it coming. None of you knew what it was. You still don't. Or you wouldn't be voting for your own demise. Again. I am the wolf. Just let my foot in the door, morons, so I can fuck you over. Maybe kill you, maybe put you in a camp, maybe send you to Eswatini. That's the goddamn devil. That's the Antichrist. That's what you fucking with. That's what you giving emergency powers to, like in fucking Star Wars. Fucking idiots. And this guy is so right. We watch you people make all these stands and yell in our face, warning us about Project 2025, then you vote for it. Warning us about ICE, yelling at the people that represent ICE, you shot people in the face and you were right to do that. But then when you give them extra powers for your own demise and mine, what good are any of your fucking stands? They're fucking worthless. And I will not waste another second on you. Not one. This too dire, I don't have enough time, son, to waste on people that vote for my goddamn enslavement along with the right-wing grift machine that invented it. And the tech bros that paid you off. Them tech bros want to put you in camps. You all minorities, women, Jews, blacks, all of you they want in a camp. Do you understand that? There's a reason Donnie talks about Ilhan Omar all the fucking time. You get it? Coming for your asses. Donnie is coming for your asses. I knew that 10 fucking years ago. I'm going to take a break now. Now you got me all riled the fuck up, you fucking cunts that sell us out. After I defend you for fucking years. Because the DNC got a goddamn check. Is the check worth your life, son? Because that's what it's going to cost you. Buy your kids something nice. While you can, son, before you get into camp. You think Donnie's opening up them camps across the country for fucking nothing? You think just the peasants going to be in there, huh? Yeah, that's what they thought in 1933, too. They thought just like you, son. They thought they was above it. Okay. Where was I? Oh yeah, all the Democratic liberal stands now are worthless. You've made them worthless. Thanks. Thanks for selling us out. Thanks for selling yourselves out. It's too late to go back. We can't ever go back. No AOC. You're not going to be president in a few years. No. You're not going to be vice president. No. Not going to happen. I wanted it to happen. That would have been nice someday. I think you would have been good at it. Or vice president or something like that, but it's too late. You voted for your roundup. You gave them the tools to round you up faster. I'm sorry. And me. And the rest of us out here. You've handed them the keys to mass surveillance. Your own demise and mine. So I'm sorry you'll never be president. You should have, I don't know, convinced the Democratic Party to go another way or told Nancy Pelosi to refuse the money for the DNC. Whatever the fuck happened. I don't need to know. It doesn't matter. The excuse, the reasons don't matter. You're fucking with forces you don't understand. Because your bubble is democracy and government. Mine isn't. Mine's much more dire. My field. What I understand that you don't. And it's too late to go back. And now you've joined hands with the surveillance state. The surveillance industrial complex. Leon, Altman, Hegseth, Greasy Pete, Thale. You've handed them the keys now to come grab you and shut your entire existence off. Like that. All at once. Phone off except for location. Car off except for location. Bank accounts off. What are you going to do when you're sitting on the side of the road? All you can do is wait for the propellers of the men. Whichever comes for you, if not both. Them camps ain't for nothing, son. Ain't buying them warehouses for nothing. And they ain't just for peasants. If only you were so lucky. All of you Democrats and liberals in government. If only you were so lucky. So all your stands are worthless. I won't waste time on them. And it's very disappointing, and it's more hands I gotta let go, and it's more people I realize I can't trust. The list's getting real fucking short, man. Watching a lot of zombies turn the other way. They don't know what they fucking with. By turning the other way, you know where that leads? The lake. Good luck. Because if you vote for digital ID, that's telling me you're going to take a little mark or something. Just another step in being a good citizen, right, liberals? When Donnie introduces it and promises you something. That's if you're not in a camp by then. Which you may be. Donnie did an interview with, this is Hannity? This might be more from last night, I'm not sure. He did an interview with Bret Baier too. There's clips from that as well. This is Obama yesterday, because Obama been doing interviews, a few here and there lately. Bibi wanted war with Iran. I blocked it. I called him a war criminal and kicked him out of my office. I didn't know that. He said it to Trump. He sold it to Trump. Rest is history. Well, now Obama giving us something behind the scenes that we didn't know, because they would have never told us that then. That he called him a war criminal and kicked him out of the office. That's something you know years later. That's amazing if Obama did that. I could see why when Obama was president, there was this narrative by the right-wing grift machine and Israel that Obama doesn't, care about us, blah, blah, blah. He gave them, their usual weapons deliveries that every other president does because he has to. It's our ally in the Middle East. What's going on now is a whole nother thing. It's what Bibi asked every president for, not just Obama, Biden, Bush, everyone. As long as Bibi was a thing over in Israel and high in government. Ask each president down the line, you got to bomb Iran. You got to bomb Iran. Let's do it. He'd been waiting I told you a long, long time ago. Bibi Netanyahu been waiting because after I watched the first term with Donnie, I realized the plan that Bibi had finally found his man, that president of the United States with that military that no one can fuck with. That's going to go hand in hand with him and have his back, where he can tell the rest of the world, I got the U.S. military, at my back, whatever I do. I told you this a long time ago. But they were going to let the world know this. And that's what Bibi been waiting for his whole fucking life. Obviously, he asked Obama, he asked every other president, we got to do this Iran thing. He finally got the guy to do it and say, the U.S. military has your back no matter what you do. Again, that's Bibi's wet fucking dream. That means temple. That means expansion. That means I control the Middle East now. That's what Bibi's thinking. When it's really Donnie who controls it. He's losing his grip, though. The Saudis and the UAE are separating. The UAE's, I think, even leaving OPEC. And the Saudis and UAE are talking, we're going to use Chinese yuan to pay for oil. Donnie's losing his grip on the world. Everyone's moving to China, even Canada moving to China. You saw Carney go over there and make some deals. I told you, everyone going around the United States. Now the Middle East, those people Donnie made deals with, he thought he had them on lock. Now they pissed the fuck off. And they realize any deal with Donnie is goddamn worthless. They move into China now. Moving off the dollar now. Weakening us. Thanks to Donnie Shitbags and only Donnie Shitbags. This is what Donnie said today. Or during the Hannity interview the night before, I'm not sure. We started war to help Israel. We know. We know what the plan, the temple, Donnie takes credit. Donnie's there to opening day, probably says I'm God or something. I told you next up, he tries to take the place of God the Father. He's done Jesus. He's done the Pope. He worked his way up. God the Father's next. What's that called? The abomination of desolation. That's exactly what that is. Someone trying to take the place of not Christ, not the Pope, God. What man would dare? The Antichrist, that's who would fucking dare. The guy who renders himself as Jesus Christ and dares tell the world, I thought it was a doctor. I'm just a stupid mobster. I don't know. No, you didn't, motherfucker. You know exactly what you're doing. When he rendered himself as the Pope, he knew exactly what the fuck he was doing, too. So Obama called Bibi a war criminal. You hardcore right-wing people, you don't like Jews too much or Bibi or Israel, so you should be down with this Obama move, right? Obama called him a war criminal and get the fuck out my office. I'm not bombing Iran for your ass. Getting the U.S. into a fucking 80-year war. Donnie's viewpoint... We started war to help Israel. Yeah, we know. Everyone knows. Bibi gonna get your ass in Armageddon and shit. And Donnie was, he was looking forward to the wars anyway. He just stepped in shit. He didn't realize Iran was going to put up a fight. And he didn't realize that all the war hawks that came before him that were just all about war, son. I'm telling you, they were foaming at the mouth. CIA gave Saddam whatever he fucking wanted. You fight Iran for us because we're too chicken shit to go in. We know we'll lose thousands, we'll lose ships, plane. You know, it'll just be a fucking quagmire nightmare. Let Saddam do it. He failed. Iran's bigger, more people, better equipped. They all about fighting, son. Donnie stepped in, he thought he was just going to steamroll the world, and Bibi and him realized they both stepped in it. And there's only two ways to go here. Severe escalation, or just leave. And say you won, and let the world clean up the mess. But Iran has terms, and I don't think they're going to talk unless their terms are met. Ron Filipkowski says Trump remains laser focused on making life more affordable for Americans. No, he actually doesn't. What is Donnie actually talking about in this? True social money laundering? I am proud to announce the site of the National Garden of American Heroes. That's on all caps because it's real special and shit. This magnificent exhibition of statues will be located in the West Potomac Park. I'm not going to read anymore. Where's the grift in this? Because I'm sure there is one. Donnie don't do nothing unless there's a grift in it. I haven't figured it out yet. Maybe I will someday. I don't know. Does it really matter in the grand scheme? Probably not. But Donnie putting up more statues. Putting up gold statues of himself. Kind of anti-Christy, man. Then there's that commercial again, 4 months in, I can't even remember his presidency. It was earlier than 4 months because Leon got kicked out at 4 months. So it was probably more like 2 months. Rendering of a gold statue, enormous on the Holy Land. Gold balloon Donnie heads. I know it was a joke, right, dude? Dude who made it, Israeli filmmaker. I know it was a parody joke. I know. And it just happens Donnie puts up gold statues after that. Coincidence. And we got this statue exhibition. Again, do we have money for this? Like, where's the help? Because you're ruining the whole world here. Instead of ballrooms, arches, stealing $10 billion, whatever this is going to cost, all the various grifts on taxpayer dime, your trips to the golf course. How about you just cut us all a check, son? Oh, that'll never fucking happen. So yeah, Donnie laser focused on them, dinner table issues. Right, Roops? How's the farm doing? Terrible, I know. It was expensive to farm 20 years ago, let alone now. Shit. One thing, Xi Jinping agreed that he's ordering 200 jets. Boeing wanted 150 and he got 200. That's a lie. That's Donnie. I bet Xi doesn't even buy the 200. I mean, these countries just say anything just to get him out the room. They really were expected to get 500 planes. They reduced it to 2, which means I'm guessing 0. That's the real number. Fact check, Boeing shares dropped 4% after Trump announced China would buy 200 jets, well below the 500 plane deal. So their stock dropped on that news. They're buying 200. No, they're not. And Boeing and the shareholders fucking know that. They were hoping for 5. But they got Donnie representing the deal, you know what I mean? And Xi don't like Donnie. And Donnie desperate. He went over there to make business deals with his people, not for us. And he comes back with they're going to buy 200 jets when they're supposed to buy 500. They won't even buy the 200. Every country that makes a deal with him now, they know the routine. Just say yes, just fucking promise anything. Promise $18 trillion investment like Donnie talks about all the time. No checks are signed, no money exchanges hands. Just a bunch of bullshit, platitudes, lies, promises, and everyone goes home and it's exactly the same as before. Except maybe Jared Kushner or Leon Scum or somebody picked up a nice little side business deal. You know what I mean? Probably won't even buy the 200 plan. I wouldn't blame them. Why would any other country do business with us right now? An American why? What's the incentive? I don't see it. Trump to NYT's David Sanger. This was on the plane. And the reporter's got the mic in his face. He asked him a question and Donnie got pissed. Let's hear Donnie's answer. I had a total military victory, but the fake news, guys like you, write incorrectly because they don't lie for me. So that's incorrect. You're a fake guy. He looks real to me. We had a total military, really? The strait fucking dead closed to us anyway. China can go right the fuck through. Iran's like, come on through. Fuck you, America. Fuck you. Allahu Akbar. I had a total military victory, but the fake news guys like you write incorrectly. You're a fake guy. We had a total military victory. I actually think it's sort of treasonous what you write. Going Adolf on them. If you contradict the Reich, that's treason. Says the traitor we all watched stage a coup and intentionally withhold help as police were beaten. As a man had to shoot them before they got to congressmen and senators. Fucking McCarthy, the speaker's on the phone like, who the fuck do you think you are? The guy that's going to let you die, that's who he is. You know, the one you shilled for 4 years, you cunt. That's what he thinks of you. Oh, a worthy, or excuse me, an acceptable sacrifice for the grift of stealing the presidency forever and being a dictator. That's what he thought of Mr. McCarthy. And everyone else. He wouldn't have cared how many died that day. He tried to make it. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? He wanted that to happen. He hired Koch and Chris Miller, what was it, the last few weeks? And I'm like, why is he replacing key positions 2 weeks before he's supposed to leave? Oh, the coup. Koch and Chris and Donnie withheld help. Chris put a memo out, Chris Miller, beforehand, before the event, saying everything goes through us, no one calls shit. That tells you the whole story right there. He should be in goddamn prison. So should Kash Patel. So should Donnie Shitbags. All three of them should have been in prison the next day, actually. Any adult with a fucking functional brain could have easily deduced from what took place. Yeah, help was intentionally withheld by the people who were in charge of sending help, who had the authority. That'd be Kash Patel, Chris Miller, Donnie Shitbags. By the amount of time that went by. Easily provable. What were you three doing? Who answered the phone when people called for help? Who told the guard to sit on their ass? Easily provable in court. They should have been in goddamn prison. For that fact alone, they intentionally withheld help. So what was the hope? People die. They take over. Weapons were stashed nearby at a hotel. Buses were paid for by Alex Jones and the heiress for Publix and Ginny Thomas and all kinds of great people. Gallows erected. Shit rubbed on the walls. Donnie, Kosh, and Chris sitting back while people get beat to death. A woman got shot. Hours go by. We all know better than that. If there's a riot in D.C., son, they got forces very close by that can handle that right quick. And we all know it. That somehow lasted for hours. as they busting through Capitol building doors. No men's with batons and rubber bullets or real bullets coming? No fatigues? They'll come grab me, though, someday, right, cunts? Of course you goddamn will. They couldn't handle that mob, though, that day, could they? They sat on their ass while that took place. While a man tried to stage a coup against this nation. How fucking dare you people just sit there and watch it? That's what you're here for, to defend this fucking nation. And you watched officers get beat and didn't jack fucking shit. Once a president stages a coup, I think that relieves you of any commands that he gives. And you can proceed on your own and handle that situation. We all know that. Yet you didn't. Yet the people in charge of deploying you didn't. Called Patel, Miller, and shitbags. Just that fact alone, that there was no help for hours as that went on, I mean, that kind of gives the game away, doesn't it? Because any real riot in D.C., whether be it Bush, Obama, Biden, a normal president, if Donnie was normal, any real riot like what went on that day will be put down in a New York fucking minute. Yet that one went on for hours, so that means it was intentional. That means Mr. Miller knew, Mr. Patel knew, and Donnie knew. Oh, Mr. Miller, you were afraid Donnie would deploy the guard that day? You say that on the news out loud in front of everyone? You must have known the plan then, huh, son? You must have heard a little talk, huh? Yet you kept it to yourself, you goddamn traitor. And then once the shit hit the fan and people were asking questions, hey, Mr. Miller, why'd you put this memo out right before the event saying everything goes through us? And tell them not to check bags and all kinds of great stuff. You sound like you belong in prison, son. Sound like you wanted this to happen. You helped it happen. In fact, you made sure it would succeed to the point it did. By saying no one's allowed to call nobody except for me. That's what the memo basically said. His excuse, I was afraid Donnie would call in the military. That's why I did that. Sure, son. That might have worked here. That ain't gonna work with the man. And I'm way too smart for your bullshit, son. You should be in goddamn prison. Not me or anyone else. You. People died because of you, you fucking cunt. All you had to do was make a phone call. Send a guard in. Would have been done in 5 minutes. No one would have had to die. The men with the fucking big guns show up. Believe me, it'll calm down real quick and they'll move along. Or once the tear gas gets thrown, they'll disperse real quick. And we all know it, yet you did none of that. Mr. Miller, you belong in prison. Mr. Patel, you belong in prison. Donnie, you belong in prison. Donnie trying to call, that's how I got on this. He's calling the reporter and what he said treason. Do you understand how this man thinks yet? My God, he's done this over and over again. Anyone that contradicts him, he's been doing this for 10 years. That's treason. Supposed to lie for me. You're not supposed to point out my grifts, lies, murders. You're supposed to say the Reich is all rosy and great. That's where this going. Just like in Adolf's day, do you think people spoke out against the Reich? When Adolf was there? Fuck no. You die. Vlad, you think you speak out about Vlad in Russia? No, you die. You saw what happened in Navalny, right? Then there's the window cancer, you know what I'm saying, in Russia? And China, you speak out against Xi and the Reich over there, you fucking die. Or you go to a re-education camp, and we all know what that means. That's where this is going, and it always was, and I knew that 10 years ago again. You should be ashamed of yourself. I actually think it's treason. He says it's twice. I actually think it's sort of treasonous what you write. No, he doesn't think it's sort of. Any contradiction of him is treason in his mind when he's a literal traitor. I forgot to mention when he left and took all those boxes of classified documents and stored them in the Mar-a-Lago shitter and shared them with God knows who for how much money. God knows how much money. Because, son, again, we're all adults here. We know no one steals 3,000 classified documents with no intention to share. For souvenirs, really? They actually said that? We actually run in with the benefit of the doubt that he didn't share those with someone? Nah, I'm too smart for that. Only a fucking moron would believe that. Who steals 3,000 classified documents not to share them? What's the point then? There wouldn't be one, would there? To risk to go into prison for the rest of your fucking life. He knew it was illegal. The fuck? So, staged a coup, withheld help intentionally where people died. He wouldn't have cared if fucking 30 congressmen died. Some of your people. McCarthy himself. They wanted to hang Mike Pence. That's one of your people, son. Donnie didn't give a fuck. He willing to risk all your lives. See you dead. Did not give a fuck, and you put that back in charge. And this guy yelling treason at reporters now. When this man is guilty of espionage, stole 3,000 classified documents and stored them in the Mar-a-Lago shitter, the FBI call says, yeah, we need those back, you fucking criminal spy. No, they're mine. They got to raid his place. He could have returned them quietly. No. Not Donnie the thief. Makes them come raid him, collect the documents, never went to prison. If treason had a definition as a person, or the personification of treason against this nation is this thing, Donnie Shitbags, and he dares hurl the word at this man or anyone else for asking a question. This man didn't steal 3,000 classified documents and store them in the bathroom. Your fat, diapered orange messiah did. That's a crime against you, son. It's a shame you don't care. That's why your country's over, I guess. A literal spy you put back in office. And don't say he's not a spy. 3,000 classified documents. I could show you the pictures. I don't watch wrestling. I'm not stupid. You can't tell me he wasn't a spy. When I see pictures of the FBI finding 3,000 classified documents in the shitter, don't tell me he's not a traitor who staged a coup against this nation when I watched January 6th with my own fucking eyes. There wasn't a damn thing organic about that. Kidding me? It went on for hours. What riot in D.C. goes on for hours? None. At the Capitol? No, son. Oh, no. That has to be planned and assisted. And notice that didn't happen under Obama. He left. When my time's up, I'm leaving. Rock 'em up. That's what happened. Joe Biden, when his time came, he left. Donnie staged a fucking coup. People died. One guy had a heart attack the next fucking day. I'm sure it was just natural causes. Donnie is a personification. He makes Benedict Arnold look like a you-know-what. In comparison, I've never seen such an open traitor before. And you people dared hand the keys back. That is just... All I can say is, You value nothing. Or else you wouldn't have done it. This country is meaningless to you. Fucking meaningless. I'm gonna take another break. Fucking depressing, man. And they all consider themselves patriots, and, you know, they're about the Constitution. Meanwhile, their guy tried to be a dictator, got people killed, staged a literal coup. A assault against the Constitution. No true patriot would ever look at that and say that's a good thing. Never. That's how I know you, son, never believed in anything. And you know who I'm talking to. That's why I always say that. That's why I condescend to you. You don't care about nothing. That's why we're here. I did care. That's why I was yelling for 10 years. And I sure as fuck didn't get rich doing it. Yet I'm still doing it. Where are we at? Trump is allowing 500,000 more Chinese students to enter America, and he's allowing the Chinese government to buy more American farmland, while 46% of American farms are on the brink of foreclosure. Did you vote for this, MAGA? You did. Yes, you did. Don't say I didn't vote for this. Because this is literally what I've been yelling at you for 10 years. After Donnie staged his coup and got thrown out, I was yelling it again. Right before you reelected him again, I was yelling it again. Remember what he did to you farmers? Remember? He just fucked you again. Now China's going to swoop in. They got money and numerate, son. They can buy any land they want. And it just so happens your farm is probably about to be foreclosed on, so this is what you voted for. This is what I was telling you you were going to be voting for. Begging you not to vote for. This is exactly what you voted for. A tariff grift. And war. And all the money going to Donnie and his buddies. And none to you. And your farm going under. Or your home going under. Whatever. So that's some of the concessions Donnie made, because he begging, he desperate, he needs something from Xi. I don't know what it is. He just going to let him walk on him, and that's what he just did. Because I thought you rubes were against stuff like that. China, the Saudis buying your wood or your farmland, all that. I guess you don't care anymore. You voted for it. You knew better. Donnie on the plane again. Admiral Cooper was asked yesterday about the strike on the girls' school. What do you think Donnie's going to run with? Well, it's under investigation. No, it isn't, Donnie. It was a U.S. Tomahawk. Everyone knows it. You know it. Pete Hegseth knows it. Everyone knows it. Little Marco. What's Donnie doing here? Again. Lying on the dead. That he killed. He is directly responsible for their deaths. Are you able to confirm it was a U.S. missile? Trump, who are you with? You dare ask me about my mass murders? When I lie to you and say it's under investigation for 9 years? Who are you with? I want to lock you up. I want to execute you now. That's what who are you with means, by the way. This ain't Adolf Hitler we're talking about. This ain't a normal motherfucker. So when he says, who are you with, that means I want to kill you. And I almost have the fucking power to do it. One day I will. That's where this is going. You didn't know? Who are you with? BBC. Fake BBC. You mean the ones that put AI in my mouth? He said the BBC lied about him or something. They didn't. He's the liar. He lies every 3 seconds. He just lied about killing those girls. Directly responsible. He knows goddamn well he did it. Weeks and weeks later. Lying on the dead. Children. No less. You people, you don't fathom the evil you're part of, huh? It's still better than a liberal, right? No, it isn't. That's why your country's over. Son, that's what I've been trying to tell you as well. Now that you've made the choice. And boy, did you. And boy, I'm really getting a truly deep understanding of that scripture that talks about he will blaspheme God, his tabernacle, and those in heaven. And guess where them little children is? Ropes? Guess where them little children's are? They ain't above the age of accountability. They just children. Guess where they are? Heaven. So, when your Antichrist Messiah, as evil as you, lies about killing them, he is blaspheming those in heaven. When he says, I'm glad Bob Mueller's dead, I don't know. Maybe Mueller is in heaven. I don't know. When he talks shit on Rob Reiner, got murdered by his own fucking child, I'm getting a very clear understanding. Blaspheming God, you say. Would you like an example? Rendering himself as Christ. There ain't one fake Christian out there, so that should be able to still walk along with that. Even if you're a fake Christian, which you all are. Gotta have your name on this. You still gotta pretend you give a fuck about Jesus and God and say, oh, I can't be with him anymore. He rendered himself as Christ. This is out of hand. I'm a Christian, even though I'm a fake one. And I have my name on him. I gotta walk away. I gotta save some of my dignity here and at least pretend I give a fuck about God and Christ. I ain't saying I got some perfect walk going, son. Not even close. But you know what I don't got? My name on fucking abject evil. A man who kills children and then lies about it when he knows the whole world already knows. And renders himself, son, as Christ. Even the fake Christians should be walking away at this point just to keep up the facade. You fuckers are serious about going to the lake, huh? Fuck yeah, you is. Braver than me. The lake's one place I don't want to fuck with. You're way braver than me, son. Yeah, who are you with? Fake BBC, and they lied about me, and I wish I could put you in a camp. That's what he's thinking. Because the reporter dared bring up his murders of what? Children. Whew! That brainwashing really worth dying for, huh? And I mean the second death, son. That's what I'm talking about. Forever dying. Because two things prove the apocalypse, God, Christ to me. I can't prove it to you. Two things. You and him. I get it now. I get what the paradigm is. I always wondered, I told you. Because this one book, this one savior seemed a little different, son. I always wondered if it was real. You proved it to me. Your Antichrist proved it to me. A man who will lie on dead schoolgirls that he killed. Mass murder 200 down in the Caribbean for breakfast. Steal a nation's oil. Steal 10 billion from the idiots that voted for him. Steal 60 million from them on top of it via a phone grift. There is no low, too low. Star of the Epstein files, son, my God. Rendered himself as Pope and Christ. Oh. So my walk may not be perfect, son, ain't even close. And I'll face my maker with that on my resume. What I won't have on my fucking resume is a mark on my hand and me preaching the Antichrist and my name on it. In fact, what I will have on my resume is I spoke out against it for 10 fucking years or until they come grab my ass. I'd much rather have that on my resume than I love the guy who murders school children and then lies about it. Star of the Epstein files. Oh my God, I'm glad I don't have that on my fucking resume. Shit. You people just sprinting to the lake, son. Sprinting. Laughing the whole way. You having a good old time. Holy fuck when you get there, though. Oh my God. And don't worry, you'll get there. You've proven that to me, too. Holy fuck, you'll get there. So Donnie lying on dead schoolgirls that he killed again. You know, blaspheming those in heaven. On True Social, you said President Xi made a reference to the decline of the U.S., but we didn't hear him say that. Yeah, we did. He said the Thucydides thing. Or his people did. It was said. I don't know why they're saying he didn't say that. He didn't say that exactly, that the U.S. is in decline, word for word. No. But he said it in another way. And obviously, Donnie was told what it meant and how embarrassing it is and what an insult it is, because he felt the need to address it in a post and say, oh, Xi was talking about Biden, not me. I'm doing great. Xi loves me. He's going to say it right here. You ready? He made a statement. It might not have been from him. It was from somebody. But they talked about the decline. But he said today that the U.S. was declining for the last 4 years. He said we have the hottest country anywhere in the world. No, he says that about everyone. He says that about the Saudi, everybody. No, Xi didn't say we have the hottest country. He said you're in decline, son. And you better beg the right way, or you're not getting shit. Because I got the upper hand right now, and everyone knows it. Even you. Nope, Xi was making a direct statement about Donnie's shitbags. The King of England, when he handed him a bell, he's too stupid, or he doesn't want to admit it. That was a straight insult. I'm hearing the Chinese are giving him rose seeds as well. He tore up the rose garden to put that patio, that Mar-a-Lago, hideous, fucking with the gold umbrellas. You know, because everything's got to be remade in Donnie's image, just like Adolf did. Same thing. Everything that people care about. Tear it down and put Donnie's face and name on it. Like a dog pissing and shitting all over it. Same thing. Trump praises his giant golden statue, says it will become a landmark. Are you scared yet? Do you believe yet? He didn't just put a statue up, he talks about it all the time. Won't be the last either. Gold statue, like the golden calf in that spiritual story. Notice how Donnie's doing a bunch of spiritual things, abominations, blasphemies, sins, old school shit. Rendering himself as Christ, as the Pope. Golden calf, golden statue, worship me. There's a reason all this is happening. This is a statue now standing at Doral. We know, Donnie, you already showed us this before. That was commissioned by a large group of political supporters who just wanted a statue of yours truly. And that Israeli filmmaker just happened to make a commercial with a gold statue of Donnie and Trump Gaza. You know, just wanted to do it. And these people just wanted to do it. And they just wanted to make it gold, just like Donnie wanted, always dreamed of. Just like the commercial. Who just wanted a statue of yours truly. No, they didn't. This was Donnie's idea. It's always Donnie's idea. I very much appreciate their support and all that they went through to get it done. They are good people. Those playing the Blue Monster at Doral are absolutely in love with it. Congratulations to all involved. With time, it will become a landmark. President Fuckface. Oh my God. Again. Problem one is when these men are alive, they're not asking people to erect statues of them, presidents, whatever. That's not how it goes here. It goes that way in fascist dictatorships. The worship me aspect. Gold statues. Hanging banners of your face on all government buildings and anywhere else they'll let you. Straight dictatorship. Straight worship me shit. Straight, I want the masses to think I'm omnipresent, just like Stalin, just like fucking Adolf Hitler, just like Kim Jong. He says it's gonna be a landmark. He wants gold statues of himself while he's alive. He wants his face on Rushmore while he's alive. He wants to be Pope. He rendered himself as Jesus. He didn't just put up a picture of himself as Pope. He said, I want to be Pope. Then there's the currency with his face. He keeps posting pictures. I forgot the $100 bills with his face on them. Wants his face on our money. Are you getting the theme, the picture now? This is one of those nightmare dictators like fucking Genghis Khan or Alexander or fucking Hitler or, you know, Mussolini, Stalin. And he's worse than them all, son. He wants his name and face on everything. Golden monuments to him. Face on mountains. Face on buildings. And he's doing it. Face on currency. And he's doing it. Digital coin already exists with his image on it. And the number. Holy fuck. That's what I'm saying, son. You people, this world, this power, you don't leave me no doorway out that it's not happening. I'm looking for it, son. Believe me, I'm looking for it. You don't give me no doors, though. He fits, I mean, it fits all the criteria. My God, even Hitler wasn't putting up gold statues of himself, son. Vlad ain't putting up gold statues of himself. Kim Jong is. I think Xi has one, but that's beside the point. Holy fuck. He says it's going to be a landmark, the Antichrist. That's what he's thinking about. His gold statue. Again, he's already introduced it, talked about it numerous times. Now he's introducing it again. Now it's going to be a landmark. He's got to add to it. He wants one in Venezuela, too. You know that, right? Kim Guilfoyle, you are giving her a paycheck because she is an ambassador to Greece. She gets a check from you people. Donnie and Don Jr. made a deal with her. Keep your mouth shut, honey. We'll give you a little position. They did the same thing with Miss Snome. She's still getting a goddamn paycheck, too. She got kicked out of the house she was squatting in, though. That you're paying for. Because God forbid she pay her own fucking bills, right? But she still gets a check, son, from you every week. Or once a month, however it works in the government. Miss Snome I'm talking about. Miss Guilfoyle, too. Because she being a good girl, she keeping her mouth shut. Like Donnie told her. An exciting day for Greece. This is Ambassador Kimberly Guilfoyle. It was my honor to participate in the ribbon cutting for a brand new McDonald's at the mall in Athens, the most technologically advanced McDonald's in all of Europe. Oh, a technocrat McDonald's. Awesome. Of course she'd be about that. American businesses investing here to create jobs and bring American culture and delicious food to the Greek people. If it's the most automated, the most technically advanced, I bet they don't have any employees, or very few. That's what she means by that. Then she says jobs. Just like with the data centers, there's no jobs with that. Very small staff to run those things. That's the point of them. No jobs with this either, I can tell. By the, how'd she put it? Most technologically advanced. You know what that means? Automation. I don't see no employees. I see Kim Guilfoyle and two old, rich, very light-complected guys. That's what I see. Why don't I let you take a look? I don't see no McDonald's employees. Shocker, huh? So much for them jobs, huh? So this is what this woman is doing for your fat check you're giving her, I'm sure. I wish I could get the check she gets. I bet it's nice. I'd actually work for it, too. That's the difference. I wouldn't be ribbon cutting at McDonald's. That will offer no jobs to the community. I would never go in a fully automated McDonald's. I don't remember the last time I ate McDonald's. It's delicious. It's just, I feel like shit after I eat it. It tastes great. Yeah, I wouldn't even go in a fully automated McDonald's. I wouldn't waste my time. I'm not getting in a driverless cab ever. I don't even like using the self-checkout at the grocery stores, but I do it sometimes. Sometimes that's the only option. Delicious food and jobs, huh? But yet it's fully automated. It looks like I don't see one McDonald's employee. I see some screens. I see Kim and two dudes. Where are the employees at? Where are the jobs at? I don't see any. Probably because there isn't any. Probably got even a Roomba to wax and vacuum the floor. I bet. You think I'm kidding? I'm not. Fully automated, right? Most technological? That means no goddamn jobs. You really can't make this shit up. Eichhorn faces a mandatory minimum sentence of 10 years. Republican who introduced Trump derangement syndrome bill arrested for soliciting a minor. What is wrong with you people in the right-wing grift machine and at large? I see these every day. New ones. Firemen, cops, again, people in the church, all over. Right-wing state senators, state congressmen, congressmen in Congress and the federal government, senators in the Senate, the cabinet, Leon, Thale, Zuckerberg, Gates. The fuck is wrong with you people? Does the judge have Trump derangement syndrome too? The guy that's about to sentence this motherfucker? Minnesota State Senator Justin Eichhorn allegedly traveled to meet a 17-year-old he thought he met online, but was instead a cop posing at a... Are these people crazy? You're in state government, a known figure, because of his stunt with the TDS bill. I forget how long ago it was. I remember it. You're a known figure in politics. You're going to talk to a 17-year-old online and try and go meet them? Are you insane? Much less risky if you're a regular citizen, but there are those stings out there. But when you're in fucking government, are you fucking insane? Begging to get caught. People watching, son. And he fell into a sting. I mean, we all watched To Catch a Predator and shit, right? I mean, that should have put the fear of God in every man in this country. And he's all, what's his name? Hansen? I can't remember. Chris Hansen? He's all old as fuck now. He back doing the show. He catching more motherfuckers. And you know why they stopped the show? An important person got caught and his name got put out there and he killed himself. That's why the show had to stop. Not to protect children, not because it did this, did that. It exposed a fucking person that shouldn't have been doing what they were doing. And they killed themselves as a result. That's the reason you end the show. Because they're a goddamn pedophile or whatever. Amazing, right? It didn't matter when it was just, this broke ass, that broke ass, regular it was a person with a little money and clout and status. They killed themselves because Chris Hansen caught them. This guy's insane. And if he willing to risk this, knowing people watching his position in government, imagine what else he doing, son. This guy don't give a fuck. Even if I was into this, I'd be too scared to try it. Being in state government, local government, federal government, I mean, this is Scandal 101 right here. You got to think of the headlines afterwards, son, even if you want to do it. What if I get caught? He got caught. The TDS guy who tried to make it a law. From what state? Minnesota. Holy fuck. Here's what this guy looks like, Mr. TDS man. Mr. Family Values Conservative, Trump supporter, so to the point he put a TDS bill, wasted everyone's time, money, his salary money you're paying him, when they could have been discussing something important. Instead, right-wing grift machine, culture war bullshit. That doesn't do anything for anybody. A TDS bill don't put no money in my pocket, son. I don't know about you. A shame you weren't concerned with that. You were concerned with TDS bills and pedophiles. What's that say about you, son? U.S. funeral plates being sold at Walmart, says anonymous. One of the anonymous accounts, because there are several. And these are the plates being sold, and I've been seeing this, and yeah, it's relevant, it's applicable, it's appropriate, because this is the end. That's what I've been yelling at you. United States of America, 1776 to 2026. Maybe it lasts a few more years, but we're close to the end of this place. That's for sure. And here's what they look like. So yeah, they're like funeral plates for America. I know that's not what they mean when the person that made them is selling them, the store. I know. But that's what it looks like. 1776 to 2026. That's when America died. It actually died in 2025, January, when you gave them the keys back. That was the end from that point. Donnie on the plane again. Would the U.S. defend Taiwan if it came to it? I don't want to say. That question was asked to me today by President Xi. I said I don't talk about it. That's a no. That's what Aaron Rupar said. Yeah, that's a no. Look, it was obvious since he's a Russian asset. He was always going to fuck over Ukraine, and he has. He's always going to side with Vlad, and he has. And with the Taiwan thing and Xi, he needs favors from Xi. He don't give a fuck about Taiwan. He was always going to betray Taiwan, and we all knew this. So expect it. That's why Donnie couldn't answer the question. He don't give a fuck about, he'll hand that right to Xi. He'll hand Ukraine right to Vlad. Expect it all. Big betrayals on top of the betrayals that have already come. Huge. Donnie is Vlad's bitch until he snaps the leash. And everyone knows it. Donnie again on the money laundering. China has a ballroom, and so should the USA. It's under construction, ahead of schedule. Will be the finest facility of its kind anywhere. Thank you for all the support I've been given in getting this project going. Scheduled opening will be around September 2028. Okay, we got a date now. I'm glad I read this. I did say, fuck it, I ain't reading no more. September of 28. What is that? That's right around when he's supposed to leave, right? Is the election in 28 for the 4-year? And then the new president would take over in 29. Am I calculating that correct? If I'm not, forgive me. I'm tired. That's right before November of 28. That's when the election would happen. 2 months before the election. That worries me. That means they have a plan for 2 months before the election. The man I am walking with is President Xi of China, one of the world's great leaders. President pedophile. Oh, he's the picture of them two walking by their giant room. Maybe there's a bunker under that one too. Who knows what Xi got going. The two figures at the bottom. So Donnie wants that. And of course he wants you to pay for it. $1 billion for now. I'm sure it'll be more in the end. And I'm sure Donnie will steal his $10 billion too. This is what Donnie needs. How's the farm doing? How are gas prices in your community? Your kids' college fund? How are your kids doing, even though they're older, I'm sure? Still hitting you up for money because it's cost $1 billion a week to live? That's unfair. How's your rent doing? How's your mortgage doing? Your car note? I already know the answer. Donnie needs this. All them pillars, that's what Donnie needs. Because he needs to go live down there. He needs the medical facilities, the military apparatus, the shielding of the room so the rest of the government can function in the room. It's armored. No one can get in. And then Donnie and other people are safe in the bunker part. You know, when they reveal this full Reich thing, that elections are over and it's a dictatorship and they're Nazis and they got all these camps and fuck you. That's what the bunker's for. And the ballroom. That he keeps mentioning all he really needs is he's got an opening date. It's on September 28. Let's look right now. I want to be certain. Because I'm tired and I can't think of it right now, son. Quick. And let's look when the next election is. Give me a moment. It's hard to type on an old iPad. The keys are very kind of separated. I'm not used to that. 2028. 2028 United States presidential election. There's already a Wikipedia page for it. November 7, 2028. Class. That's 2 months before the election. That's some interesting timing, huh? Donnie went through all this trouble. Hear me out for a moment. Donnie went to all this trouble, violated court orders, stole money from you or will steal money from you for it, to pay for it. He mentions it every day. When a court rules against it, he flips the fuck out. He mentions it every day. He's mentioning it again. That it's critical, he keeps saying. Yet, it's supposed to be his last term in office. And it won't be ready, son, until 2 months before that term's up. And the next guy's supposed to take over. Donnie's not allowed to run again. So, little children, why would Donnie go to all this trouble and it's not ready till 2 months before he leaves? Rubes? I know you don't mind if he doesn't leave. You will though, son. What did Yoda say to Luke Skywalker? Luke said, in his naive youth, in his egotistical youth and eagerness to prove he could do it, I am not afraid. And Yoda's like, you will be. You will be. So as the rube out there says, after watching wrestling, and I watched it too when I was a kid, I loved it. Hulk Hogan, all that shit, British Bulldogs and shit, Snuka, Superfly. Loved it. The Hart Foundation. The Macho Man, Randy Savage. Oh yeah. Loved it. Then I grew up. I know you're saying about Donnie never leaving. It sounds like a good idea to you. I know. And you're saying to yourself, just like Luke, I am not afraid of having a dictator forever until he dies. Because I hate liberals. I hate democracy. I don't care about my country or my children or me or anyone. I'm a Satan. Just like Luke. Once you see the monster you have to face, that you have created, you will be, motherfucker. You will be scared. I wasn't yelling for 10 years for nothing. This ain't a game. This ain't for fun. Or money or glory. It's that dire, motherfucker. So the question is, why would Donnie go to all this trouble? Talk about it every day. He has to have it. Wait a minute, motherfucker. You're leaving 2 months after it's done. No, I'm not. Oh, shit, did I say that out loud? You fucking cunts. And again, any one of you out there that thinks this is a good idea, him staying? Because he just told you he is. Guaranteed. Just like I said, he ain't leaving. You don't go all this trouble, all this money, yelling about it every day, acting like it's the most important thing in the fucking world. He always wants to show it to everyone, talk about it all the time. Every day he's talking about it. Again, this post again is about it. He's supposed to be in China helping us out. No, he's talking about the Chinese ballroom that the dictator has. Going to all this trouble to have it ready for 2 months before he leaves, son. He just told the whole world he ain't ever fucking leaving. Yelled it from the mountaintops. I've been waiting for it. I just heard it. Irrefutable proof. His ass is not fucking leaving. All this trouble. Does Donnie seem like the type of guy that would go to all this trouble and say, I need that, we need that, the future president needs that? You mean you? Because you're not leaving? Yeah, that's exactly what he fucking means. Does Donnie seem like the type of guy that would go through all this fucking trouble, have it for 2 months, and then leave it to the next guy? Every one of you knows the answer to that question. September 28, The next election is November 2028. Presidential election. When Donnie's supposed to leave? You just got your answer if you were wondering whether he's leaving or not, okay? You got your guaranteed 100 in granite fucking answer. Everything's doomed, man. Federal Surge Safe and Beautiful Task Force has requested additional 1,500 National Guard troops in D.C., making the total number 5,000. What do they need 5,000 troops in D.C. constantly for forever? And a bunker and a ballroom that's not going to be ready till 2 months before he's supposed to leave. You had it writing on the motherfucking wall in neon. Holy fuck. Bunker, armored shell, done 2 months before he's supposed to go. That means he's not leaving. What also means he's not leaving is the troops that are already in DC and now the ones he's added. What's he expecting coming that he needs them troops in DC already deployed for? It ain't for cleanup work, motherfucker. Gathering troops, remodeling his bunker, deploying your own troops on your own streets. That should fucking horrify you. It should have horrified you the last 8 times he fucking did it. More troops in DC. Gee, what they got planned. Midterm's going to be fun. Data centers are responsible for a 76% increase in the cost of electricity in the largest U.S. grid. Fuck you and die who made this happen. People already can't afford shit, and electric bills have been jacked up. For oligarchy and data centers, while they get tax breaks on the data center and they get a discounted rate on electricity, while all the socialists share the fucking load. God, data center, just an abomination. So much water, so much power. We don't have the infrastructure for this. Maybe that's the point. To blow it all up so we're all desperate. I mean, some of these data centers, they're fucking offline. They're not even going to have power for like 5 years because the grid can't handle 4,000 data centers, and they're building more at light speed. The grid can't handle it. And Donnie lied to you when he said they're all going to build power plants right next to the shit. I knew that was a goddamn lie. That's another $1 billion, expense. Running a power plant that can deliver enough power for like a city. That's how big these complexes are. That's how much power they use. You know what it costs to provide infrastructure and power for a fucking city? The grid can't handle it. This economy can't handle it. It's just, the things don't fit. Even if they steal all the water and power from us and don't let us have it, it still can't fit. There's too many. It's too much. There's not enough electric infrastructure for it, let alone water. There's not enough of that either. It's too many. Build them everywhere, all across the world. They're building more here. We got 4,000. What the fuck? You can't sustain that. Impossible. Unless, you got fusion power or something going. Which we don't, and we never will. Not unless God hands it to us. Because that's some God shit right there, fusion. Fission is easy. Separating and destroying is easy. Recombining, that's God. That's resurrection. That's all kinds of great stuff that man's fucking just not capable of yet, if we ever will be. DHS just awarded the largest border wall contract in U.S. history, $1.7 billion of your money. And it's for the Big Bend National Park. The contract itself says it's for border wall segment BBT4 in the national park. This raises alarm bells after CBP commissioner said only roads would be built in the park. Look, another grift, 1.7 billion. How many pockets is that going into? Including Donnie's going to get a cut, of course. The number wouldn't be that big otherwise. Yet another grift in the billions. They dipping their hand right in on top of the welfare Thale got, Leon got, Altman got. All your money, jerk-offs. All your money for the $10 trillion man, Leon Scum. That's his dream. Got that dream straight from Satan. $10 trillion is an absurd amount of money to even think about, let alone actually won. But hey, it'll be all welfare. Donnie will just hand it to him, I guess, over time, like they've been doing. Okay, now we're with Bret Baier from Fox News and Donnie. Every time we make a deal, the next day is like we didn't even have that conversation. And that's taken place about 5 times. There's something wrong with them. Actually, they're crazy. He's talking about the Iranians. Son. Donnie pretending on camera on Fox News in front of Hannity and you that when he gets on camera each week, twice a week, and lies about a deal or talks with Iran, because they ain't picking up the phone unless they get everything they want. They realize they won this war already. Donnie has to come up with a new lie about new talks, a new agreement. Tell the Pakistanis a new lie so they can get the Iranians on the phone. Donnie is sitting there acting like the fact that he lies about it twice a week to manipulate the stock market, that those are real talks and discussions and deals. And then Iran the next day changes their mind. He's actually saying that out loud. Because in his mind, when he speaks a lie out loud, then it happened. You know, like Butler, like that last one that they don't talk about anymore. Did you notice how that went away? An assassination attempt against a president. Both of them just went away very quickly, very strongly. Don't really get talked about anymore. So Donnie acts like when he tells a lie out loud in front of us, that's a real deal, a real conversation. And that the Iranians, 5 times after Donnie lied 5 times, there were never any deals at all whatsoever, ever. That Iran changed their mind the next day. That's not reality. Here's reality. They don't want to talk to Donnie unless he agrees to everything they want. They already won. They know it. Every second that goes by in this stalemate, they win further. They never agreed to shit. Donnie never talked to him. Pakistani intermediary talked to him a few times. It never went anywhere. They never agreed to jack fuck. And twice a week, Donnie got in front of you, and he's doing it again. Lying, saying there's a deal. Then they forget the next, no, you lied, motherfucker, to manipulate the stock market. They keep saying that as well. We didn't talk to him. What the fuck's he talking about? He's manipulating the market again, you idiots. Twice a week, Donnie does this. And then he has the nerve To pretend it's like them changing their mind the next day they're crazy. No, there were never any deals. And who's the crazy one? The Rubes and Donnie. That's who the crazy motherfuckers are. The Iranians doing just fine. They got this motherfucker bent over a barrel, son. And they don't have half the military we have. I'm going to take another break. I'll be back in a minute. Unbelievable. They keep changing their mind. No, there's never any deals. You're just manipulating the market for you and your buddies and your son. That's all that's been happening. Twice a week, if not more. Maybe 3 times a week. They make millions every time. Those aren't deals. Those are grifts. Those aren't conversations. All right, get some water. Get some water real quick. You said the summit is a success. What's the most significant specific win for the U.S.? That's Bret Baier. Trump, I think the most important thing is the relationship. I have a very good relationship with President Xi. And Aaron Rupar says, so nothing, right? We got jack shit. Except 500,000 Chinese students, and they probably get free college, and you don't. Because Donnie would have offered anything to get what he wants from Xi. I don't know what he wants, but he wants something bad. He was begging, son, like a dog. That thumbnail, look at it again. Begging like a dog. Trump on Venezuela. We have made a fortune with their oil. We know, Donnie. And we know what we means, too. And that's what Ron Filipkowski's asking. Who is we? I'll tell you who we is. Donnie Shitbags. And his oil buddies. And his bank account and guitar. His personal oil grift. Mass murder bank account. 200 people had to die for that, son. You understand that? And a woman had to come hand over her fucking Nobel Peace Prize. I forgot about that. Holy fuck, he's the Antichrist. He made some poor rebel woman, leader woman, who was hoping to be leader of the country or something. Thought he actually gave a fuck. Made her come hand over her trophy, treated her like the fucking cleaning lady. Oh my God, he's the Antichrist. Fuck. When Donnie says we or America, I've told you this many times. I've made all this money for America. I'm bringing in 18 trillion in investments. He don't say that no more about the Middle East and all them different countries he made deals. Remember, they were going to invest like first it started at like something like 7 trillion. It moved up to 8 to 10 to 12 to 18, 20 trillion. I think it got to at some point when it was 0 trillion. Not one of those countries will follow through. They know all they had to do is nod and say yes to Donnie. He would leave. He would lie about it. They would get credit. He would get credit. And no money would ever exchange hands. And Donnie would get up and say, I brought in 18 trillion in investments for America. I'm making all this tariff money for America. We have made a fortune with their oil. When Donnie says we or America, he means me. Donnie Shitbags. Always. Did you get a check yet, son, from that oil money in that Qatari bank account? No, you didn't, son, did you? Did you get the Doge dividend check? No, but Leon goddamn did. So did the Satanist pedophile children that he fucking brought into our fucking government to install AI, steal all our information, and then sell it. Which one of them tried to do, by the way, that we found out about. That tells me about 1,000 of them tried to do it. We haven't made jack shit. We got $5 gas. That's what we fucking got. And raised electricity bills and no fucking water because of data centers. That's what we fucking got. And we got the Antichrist. He got all the money in the treasury he's stealing, fucking their Venezuela's oil money he's stealing, and oil. His tariff fucking grift. My God, I've never seen nothing like this. That's why you gotta be the Antichrist, son. He gotta be. When Donnie says we are America, that means me. Always. Never forget that. That's Donnie's goddamn money. I told you that before you elected him the second time. I begged you. I said he sees that federal money as his money. That tariff grift is his personal bank account. I said that before the election. I told you he'd dip his hand right in the treasury, too. I told you this place turned into corruption Russia style. Are you man enough to handle it? Boy, has it. Everything I said, son, to the fucking letter. President Xi said America is a nation in decline, and I said you're right. I'm sure then he'll go on to talk about Biden or something. I'm sure. I don't care. Ron Filipkowski said, I thought it was unpatriotic to say things like this, and it means you must hate America. Yeah, but Donnie can say it. No, President Xi was insulting Donnie to his face. just like the King of England insulted him to his face. And everyone in Britain knew it, son. They knew it instantly when the king handed him a bell. They knew exactly what the fuck was going on. And you could see the disdain on the king's face being around him. You could see the disdain on Xi's face being around him. World leaders look at him differently now. And they realize this monster ain't so wonderful. And they're repulsed by him. And they fucking with China's economy with this little war in Iran. They fucking with Russia's economy. You're right, Donnie says. And then I'm sure again he'll go on to Biden when, no, Xi was talking about you, son, and we all know it. That's why you had to do a cleanup job right after it happened and put a post up. Xi was talking about Biden, I swear. I'm not the failure. Again, son, if Joe Biden did half of this shit this motherfucker did in his first term or second, I'd be talking the same shit on Joe Biden as I am on this person. Holy fuck. They've closed the strait in the past. They use it as a weapon. They aren't using it as a weapon with me. Straight denial of reality again. Straight inversion. Again. Aaron Rupar says the strait is closed right now. Goddamn right it is. There ain't no U.S. ships dare go in that motherfucker either. Yet Donnie said Iran isn't using it as a weapon against him. No, they literally are, son. That's another reason the Warhawks didn't go in. They didn't want that strait closed and oil crisis and impeachments and the right wing losing all their seats because of World War III with Iran and a closed strait and oil problems. All the things you got right now. That's why Cheney and the boys didn't do it earlier. Reagan. They would have loved to. They got Saddam to do it. That's how desperate they were. Then they turned him into the enemy of the world after the CIA had no use for him. They had another use. We needed a doorway into the Middle East. We don't want to just go after the people that knocked the towers down. This is our big chance, Mr. Cheney said. So even though he was a CIA asset and fought a war for us, and I'm not defending Saddam Hussein, he was a horrible human. He was a scumbag dictator, just like Donnie. It's on a smaller scale. Staged a coup, too, just like Donnie. Like Adolf Hitler staged a coup when he wasn't president. He was a lower level nothing, like Hitler was when he staged his coup. Exact same story as Adolf Hitler. He went to jail for a little while. They let him out. Let his foot back in the door. Dictatorship. I kill who I want when I want. CIA said, we hate Iran. We really want to see them go down. We can't fight a war against them because it'll be this. So the CIA approaches Saddam Hussein, weapons, money, gas, whatever you need. And by gas, I mean poison gas to kill people with. And they used that. And they fought the war and they lost. Nothing changed. And then years later, the CIA said, we got another use for this asset. We'll do what we always do with our assets. We'll turn them into the enemy of the world. WMDs. Next thing you know, Saddam hiding in a fucking spider hole before he gets executed. CIA made that happen. That was after he was an asset. They do that to all their assets. I've been telling you that for 10 years. Straight as clothes, yet Iran isn't using it as a weapon against Donnie because Donnie's special. Straight denial of reality, and everyone knows it. He should be in a goddamn rest home. Dangerous, man. Too late now. Think of it. We were in Vietnam for 19 years. I'm doing this for 2.5 months. It was supposed to be 6 weeks. And Rumsfeld said the Middle East sweep would be less than 6 months. 20 years later, we get a pause because Donnie wanted to pretend to be man of peace after he was a warmonger the first 6 months of his first term. Abject warmonger. Got shamed, stopped, pulled our troops out of the Middle East, left it in shambles. Biden finished. Now we in a major war with Iran, where they have all the leverage and we look like assholes. Not that I wanted this war. I didn't want it at all. Donnie and Pete especially look like assholes, incompetent fucking fools that have no clue what they're doing. And they don't. And it was supposed to last 6 weeks. We are now at 2.5 months. And we're at the point where the thing that's not a war, because that would send Donnie to impeachment or jail or whatever for not asking Congress. Now we're comparing this major war that's not a war to a 19-year war in Vietnam. That worries me. It should worry you more if you're under 45 years old or whatever it is, 47 now. Yo ass might get drafted, son. This the Antichrist. If you hadn't noticed, he bombing everybody. And he wants you, Uncle Pedophile. I ain't kidding. You think they raised the age for military enlistment for nothing, son? You know what that means. You under 40-some years old, you should be more worried than me, son. Of course, you might raise the age again to get to my age. Wouldn't surprise me. Dictators get desperate. They don't give a fuck about any of us. They throw an old man on the front line. They don't give a fuck. A kid. Don't care. That's a dictator. Especially when they're desperate. Donnie Carrot comparing this non-war again, because he's done this before many times when people give him shit about it. This is the worst possible thing you could say to people giving you shit about this war lasting 2 months and fucking up the entire economy of the world. Last thing you want to hear is it being compared to World War II or Vietnam or anything like that. That bothers me, especially knowing he's the Antichrist and this war could last a fucking 100 years. Iran ain't budging, man. You either nuke them or you leave. Those are your options. If you nuke them, they nuke the rest of the Middle East. If you intensify bombing runs, if you hit their, he'll say that in a minute. I'll wait for that. Then they ruin the rest of the Middle East. You still lose. Comparing it to Vietnam again, that should really fucking bother you. It bothers me. You think Iran is going to capitulate soon? Mr. Bear says. Donnie, I have no doubt. He's had no doubt every day for 2 months. Pete and Donnie thought once they killed the top, oh, it's over. We go home. We take the oil just like in Venezuela, no problem. One few bombing runs one night, us in Israel, it's over. Nope. War in Lebanon, war in fucking Iran. Iran has all the leverage over Israel, over fucking everybody. Look like Iran running shit now, actually, in the Middle East. And all the other Middle Eastern countries are like, we're getting hit with missiles. Why do we make a deal with this motherfucker? It's worthless. Iran looking kind of good right now. Vlad and China looking kind of good too. I think we're going to go that direction. We don't like missiles hitting our oil infrastructure. And America's saying, fuck off. What do you want us to do? I have no doubt, he says, 2.5 months. Utter stalemate. Iran gaining more leverage and power every fucking day. Any day now, it'll be over. Donnie will win, right? That's what Donnie says. Again. It's like he says every day. Yet we wake up to the straight clothes. Navy too scared to go in. Here's Donnie with Mr. Xi. And my God, is he groveling. Holy fucking shit. I mean, he must be really desperate. He needs something from this guy. I don't know what it is. Oh my God. That picture of him, Leon, and the Asian entrepreneur, whoever the fuck he is, and they all have the elbow, whatever, the communist, whatever thing they do. I'm not sure if that's real. Some people are saying it's fake. Some are saying it's real. I don't know. This, though, I'm pretty sure is real. And Xi is smiling, and Donnie is, oh God, this is so bad. I hope this is AI. I don't think it is, though. It's so bad. Oh, please let that be AI. Not like he didn't blow Xi while he was there, my God. Brett Baer again. You like to talk about cards. It seems like Iran is playing with a bad deck, but still playing. Trump. No. The only thing they have going is fake press. No, they got the straight. They got the cables underneath. They got $2 million a boat. They're letting the Chinese go right through, just waving them through. You, the U.S. Navy, everybody else, fuck you. That's what they got. They got their oil. They moving it in different ways. Sounds like they got everything and you got nothing. Blaming the press again. The press is saying it's going badly. That's the problem. No, the problem is that it's going badly, that it happened at all. That you and Pete are so stupid and incompetent. You thought Iran war would take one night. When George Bush Sr. said no, when Reagan said no, when George Bush Jr. said no, Bill Clinton said no, Barack Obama said no. There's a reason they all said no. Because they didn't want to end up where we are right now. Global catastrophe, economies ruined, countries are rationing fuel. No one has fertilizer. It's all out fucking war. America's economy's fucked. Gas prices up like a motherfucker. I thought we were oil independent. What happened, son? No? I guess not. It's the press that's the problem. Not that Pete and Donnie are fuck-ups that thought they'd steamroll Iran like they did Venezuela and just take their oil and whatever they wanted. And they took Venezuela's oil and enriched uranium. Exactly what they want from Iran. Same two things. Trump on Iranian officials. If his name is Mohammed something, and most of them are Mohammed, you can guess about 50%, right? I think he's talking about the person they're dealing with in Iran, and he's not sure of the name. So he said this. Yesterday, I read to you, I showed you, he complimented Xi's stature and physicality, and he's from Central Casting for a Chinese leader. It's just perfect. And the way he's different, the way he stands out, is Xi is tall. And most Asians are short. That's what Donnie said. Not in those exact words. That's literally what he said. That theme, that thing I just said. So he stereotyped all Asians as short. And now he just said, you know, they're all pretty much named Mohammed 50%, right? This is incredible, man. I can't believe this thing exists. I can't believe you exist that would co-sign this thing. Whew. It's got to be the apocalypse, right? Mr. Bear again. So why are we here? Excuse me. So why are we where we are? Excuse me. Did you underestimate the pain tolerance Iran has? I didn't underestimate anything. Really? We could take out their bridges and electricity capacity in 2 days, everything. Really? And what would Iran do if you did that? Well, they'd fire a rain of missiles down on the Middle East like you've never seen in the history of mankind. That's what they would do. And nobody have any goddamn oil. So he can talk tough, but there's the repercussions for them tough actions. And we all know what they is. Iran hit targets, son. They had Pete scrapping radar from South Korea. That's how bad they got hit. Almost every Middle Eastern base utterly destroyed. That's a real enemy, son, with real capability. And that's why the U.S. Navy too afraid to go in the Strait. That's why Donnie stopped bombing. Bibi stopped bombing. They don't know what the fuck to do. And you either escalate or you walk away. Those are your only two options. If you walk away, you got to give the concessions to Iran. You look like an asshole. So Donnie literally underestimated Iran, and so did Pete. Donnie talks about it all the time. No one thought they were going to hit the whole Middle East and close the strait. No, actually, everyone thought that. That's why, again, Dick Cheney, Reagan, Bush Sr., Bush Jr. did not go in. Because they knew Iran would probably destroy Israel, destroy a lot of the Middle East oil infrastructure, just like they're doing. Close the strait, mine it. And that's exactly what happened. Donnie and Pete, it's written all over them that they underestimated, and they both they let a comment slip here and there. Who knew this was going to happen? Everyone. Everyone knew. Everyone knew when you sent them ground forces in there, you get your ass fucking kicked. And you did, son. My God, we lost $1 trillion in equipment. Who knows how many men? You would never fucking tell us. No clue. They thought this, again, they thought they'd steamroll the whole world. And I literally told you, son, they were going to come across somebody. I wasn't sure, but I said it. I had a feeling. They were going to come across a badass, somebody smart, someone ready, and they ain't ready. They stupid. Again, they thought they were going to bomb this one night. What's that called? Shock and awe. Top 50 dead. Oh my God, they'll be in disarray. Who knows what to do? No, they are regimes, son. And they got tunnels full of missiles all over that country. And tunnels full of drones. And there's rock over top that. Makes for good solid tunnels that you can bomb for 100 years and never touch what you need to touch. Donnie can talk about what he can do. And then Iran, we got to talk about Iran's response, don't we? And you do that, what does Iran do? They drop more mines in the Strait. Oh, you want to just end our civilization? Okay, we'll end the Strait then. What do we got to lose? Nothing. Because it don't matter how big and bad your military is. If they mine a waterway, you're fucked. You want to run that risk of trying to get through there? That's a very slow process, demining a waterway. No, Pete and Donnie literally underestimated. That's why we're here 2 months later and at a stalemate, and Iran's getting stronger. They thought it was Venezuela, and it's written all over them, and they even say it out loud sometimes. That's what happens when you give a Fox News host a fake soldier in makeup, and you give him the reins of the U.S. military. That's what happens. He is not a commander. He is not a leader. He is not a strategist. My God. He leaked a fucking strike package on Signal to a reporter, for fuck's sake. And then he drops a tomahawk on top of a girls' school. And then we get him at the podium here and there. We thought it was going to be like Venezuela, Yeah, we know. That's what the crazy guy in sunglasses said would happen. You come across someone smart because you're a dunce from Fox News. More worried about what his face looks like on camera. He has to carry a compact. That's real alpha and tough guy of you, Pete. Donnie too with the orange face every day. That's real manly shit. All the makeup and bullshit. And diaper. Washington Post carefully explains that many of the loudest claims against data centers are badly overstated. And who owns the Washington Post? World's largest data center owner's newspaper. Here's why the critics are wrong about data center. Right, isn't that Bezos or somebody? Yeah. So that article's worthless. Look, Zuck, Bezos, Gates, Sundar, all of you. If data centers are so wonderful, Leon Scum, Donnie, if data centers are so great and they're not a hazard and they don't fuck with your water and they don't fuck with plumbing and ruin it and ruin your property values and have a hum that will drive you insane and probably put you into funny farm, lights that make it look like daylight 24 hours straight, don't pollute the environment, don't raise electricity rates or take electricity, literally causing blackouts. If none of that stuff happens, if it's all great and roses, why don't you guys build them right next to your house? No? Why not? And I was thinking, Donnie, since you want a camera in my car and the Democrat, all of you, Leon Scum, Pete Thale, Bill Gates, Sundar, Zuckerberg, since you want to look at me in my car and listen to everything I say, starting 2027, can I look at the feed into your car? Mr. Sundar? No? Why not? Pedophile Zuckerberg, can I look at the feed into your car? Can I listen to what you're saying? Can I look at your emails? Can I record your shopping habits? Can I record your geolocation every day? Can I sell that? Why not? That's what you're doing to me. Why can't I do it to you? Oh, because the CIA gave you a bunch of money and you're of Satan and that's who runs this world. And it's okay for you to break the law and stalk people, steal their info, spy on them, and then sell it. And then give it to the Reich for our subjugation. And you companies taking part in the subjugation. All too eager and willing. It will not go well for you people. Oh my God, what a rude awakening are you in for? It'll look good for a little bit, son. It always does. It looked good for the Third Reich for a little bit too, didn't it? Then it ended in fucking ash. What do you think's gonna happen this time? Blood, horse bridle fucking high. Worse than ash. That's how it's gonna end this time. I want to be on the wrong side of that, Zuck. I really wouldn't. And that's it. And then they have the lyrics to whatever that Cornell song was I sang. Everyone probably tries to sing this and they never know the words. I've tried to sing it many times over the years, and I realize I only know like the first line. Even though I'm a huge Soundgarden fan, but the days when I was listening to songs over and over again, where they're ingrained in my psyche now, I was younger, and that was like Bad Motorfinger time. This is Super Unknown time. It was some years later, so I didn't play it over and over the way I did when I was 17, 18, 19. I had other priorities, less time to listen to music. So when I sing this on camera, which I've done twice now, I sang it high last time, and I loved how it came out, and I don't always love how it comes out, because this is live. You don't get another chance. Whatever comes out your mouth is what comes out. Ain't no pause button. And I like that pressure. It helps me. That's why I do it. Because most humans, they would never get on camera live and sing. Even singers, professional singers that you love, they would never do it. Because they ain't me. They ain't as good as me. Some are. Most ain't. That's why I can just hit the button and sing live, and it sounds okay or good. Most people need like way more preparation. They need their team. They need the right mic effects, all of it. No, just open air. I realized that one day. I'm like, all this stuff we do, maybe just learn the basics of singing, and when you can sing out loud, you're just as good as on a microphone. Most can't do that. Without their effects, their modulation, their treble and bass adjustment, all of it. If you need all that, are you a real singer? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you are. I don't know. Anyway, we get another day of lies, grifts, blasphemies of the dead, children, and inversion of reality. If you believe Donnie every day at what he gets up and says before you, you would think the war's going great, gas is $1.50 a gallon, your bank account's fat, and everything's great. Instead, concentration camps, mass men killing U.S. citizens and illegal aliens and people with visas and green cards and people that used to have protected status, people being put in concentration camps overseas and here. One's a death camp in El Salvador. God knows what happens to the people that get sent to Africa to have no money, don't speak the language, nowhere to go. Your military deployed on your streets already happened several times. They're always in D.C. Constantly. They're adding 1,500 more. Blue states being punished, money stolen from them when they pay for the red states. Massive $10 billion, $1.2 billion, $1.7 billion grifts going on by Donnie, contracts, massive welfare given to Pete Thiel, Leon Scum, Sam Altman, Zuckerberg, others. Surveillance tools already voted on for our cars, about to be voted on for our digital identification. U.S. citizens murdered, troops dead. Bunker being built, armored shell will be done 2 months before the greatest narcissist ever born, is supposed to leave. And again, troops being added in D.C. Bombed 8-9 countries, some multiple 19 times. Killed 200 in the Caribbean. Starred the Epstein files. War's going fucking horribly. We've lost all kind of equipment. Lost men. Billion a day. Straits still fucking closed. Gas sky fucking high. Going higher. Utility bills sky high. Rent sky high. Mortgage sky high. AI laying everyone off, even though it's not even close to ready. They don't care. They're making a point. They need the public to use this and accept it. If they don't get us to accept it, if it goes away, there goes their surveillance and enslavement. Over. Integral to the plan, just like the bunker in the ballroom is. That'll be ready 2 months before he leaves, which means he ain't leaving. Donnie don't build shit like that for other people, son. That never, ever. That's the short list. And that's enough abominations and thefts and grifts. Donnie Gold Card. Reality is the war's going horrible. Reality is Donnie tells you the sky is purple every day as he's stealing every nickel from you and plans to enslave you and kill a lot of you. That's in granite, son. That's guaranteed. Them camps ain't for fucking nothing. Those mass murdering cunts ain't for nothing. They for you. Don't take the mark. Have a wonderful evening.